So with City of Lincoln Council leader Ric Metcalfe, obviously the count's well underway now. How do you think the voting has gone for the Labour councillors competing today?
Well, it's been a long and challenging campaign. Obviously, we've worked very hard. We think we've got a very good record to defend. So we've been fighting a very positive campaign, and it's been going pretty well, I think.
How confident are you that Lincoln residents have voted to retain the Labour council majority?
Well, until the votes are counted, I tend to be cautious about making wild predictions about results. I'm hoping, obviously, that we shall certainly retain control of the council, and if we can make 1 or 2 gains, that obviously will be a bonus.
Labour is currently the controlling party in 124 councils up for election today.
Yes.
But are you worried about opposition parties, whether they'll do well following the general election?
Well, there's always the possibility, because we've seen a pattern, haven't we, actually, of smaller parties attracting more support for all sorts of complicated reasons. We've seen UKIP come on the scene, we've seen the Green Party enjoying some resurgence. There is an ebb and flow of support for smaller parties when people get a bit fed up of some of the main parties. So that happens in politics over time.
A re-election for you would give you the mandate to be the leader of the City Council for up to another 4 years?
Not automatically, no. I have to submit myself to the opinion of my peers, so that if Labour ends up as the majority group on the council, the majority group, and the same system applies in any party group, the majority group meets after the election, decides who they want to lead their group. If the Labour group elects me again as their leader, then that makes me leader of the council.
And presumably that's the outcome that you would be hoping for as well?
Well, I have to respect the views and opinions of my peers. We'll have to wait and see whether that meets their wishes.
Okay. Nationally, the eyes are going to be on how Labour performs, especially under the leadership of Jeremy Corbyn. Do you think that his leadership is under pressure, especially with the backdrop of anti-Semitism rows this week?
Yes, I'm not sure. Thinking about the issues we've been talking to local voters about, whether outside of the Westminster bubble and outside of the London elections, around a lot of which this has been generated, I'm not sure ordinary people in the street in Lincoln are that aware or that bothered, frankly. They're more interested in what their local elected representatives are doing for them. We've concentrated on those important issues about the local economy, jobs, income, housing, all the bread and butter issues that we think are important to people here in Lincoln.
Absolutely, and people have also been voting for their Lincolnshire Police and Crime Commissioner today.
Yes.
Are you confident in Lucinda Preston? Do you think that she's got a good chance of winning?
Yes, she's a teacher, she's a working woman, and clearly has got some good challenging ideas about how she would go about the police, the unenviable job, one would have to say, of the police commissioner's job. It's good to see a better turnout this time. It is a role that I think people generally haven't really got their heads around. That's a pity, because clearly there is a role to play in holding the police service to account under a democratic mandate. So one would wish whoever gets elected well in the role. It is challenging. I'm not entirely convinced that we needed to replace the old democratic structures that used to do the same job that we say the Commissioner is there to do. So we'll have to wait and see. It's still relatively early days, to be fair.
Okay, Ric Metcalfe, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.